what constitutes examination malpractice?
Thank you very much. When we talk about examination malpractice, we begin to look at behavior or any act of wrongdoing before, during, and after the conduct of an exam. Because sometimes you have premeditated idea of what you want to do, to cheat, to achieve success without having to work hard. So any wrongdoing or behavior that is put up in the course of preparing for the exam, during the exam, and after the exam constitutes exam malpractice.
Okay. The constitution of exam malpractice is what I am talking about right now. Please, Mrs. Uzoma Nwogu, could you please say something about it?
Yes, what I will add there is that examination malpractice are all those acts. Usually they are illegal or unethical, and that is why, like my fellow discussant has said, it is acts of wrongdoing before, during, and after the exam to enhance the success and give undue advantage to those who do not merit it, who are candidates in the examination. That is what examination malpractice is.
Thank you very much, madam. Please, I want to also ask this question to Mrs. Aoataga. Please, what are the causes? What are the innate causes of examination malpractice? Taking the angle of the students, what do you think are the innate causes of examination malpractice?
There are so many reasons that can account for examination malpractice. For example, we have many students now that do not read. First of all, you begin to play all through the term, and when exam comes, you only read. And because you're not certain of the kind of grades you're going to come up with, you begin to look for ways and measures by which you can cheat so that you will succeed in the exam. If you do not read enough, there's no way you can master what you're supposed to answer in the exam when questions are put to you. So you begin to bring in answers, you begin to look for other ways. Some go as far as writing it on palms, ties, bringing in electronic materials like compact disc and all such things, even paying the supervisors to get the question papers beforehand just to enhance their success in the exam. So because they have not read, that is basically the main reason, and at the same time they want to succeed in the exam.
Thank you. Please, Mrs. Nwogu, could you say something about the causes of examination malpractice, looking at the angle of the students?
The causes of examination malpractice from the angle of the students are many and varied. She has mentioned laziness on the part of the students. We can also add lack of interest in educational affairs. You see students, instead of being in the class to learn, sitting to learn under the guidance of a teacher, they are truants, they are absent. Maybe their peer groups influence them one way or the other and lure them away from the classroom. And so you find them outside the classroom instead of in the classroom to learn. These also are causes. We can also say on the part of the student, they lack adequate preparation. They lack self-confidence because they spend the time doing other things. That preparation for exam is not there. And then this lack of self-confidence comes in. But they want to succeed, and so they subscribe to the cheapest and most immoral way of getting their success through examination malpractice. These are some of the areas, these are some of the causes of examination malpractice when you look at the angle of the student. Examination malpractice is also caused by the society. You also have the government angle, you also have the teacher angle, but maybe we can give the details later.
All right. Looking at the angle of the students, do you feel there's anything besides their lazy attitude, or let's say, do you feel there's anything that gingers them or that makes them to be lazy about studies? Mrs. Nwogu.
Yes. If we look at the society at large, we see that the benchmark of society is no longer hard work, the benchmark of society today is make the money and shine out with the money. Be a money bag. I can remember a situation where, you know, somebody, there was a meeting of, you know, some prominent men trying to plan for a launching ceremony. And then everybody came and said, this is my own contribution. I will contribute this, I will contribute this, I will contribute this. But a teacher, you know, not handicapped by cash, a teacher now said, well, I will give my moral support. And somebody from the audience quipped, moral support in Igbo, that is in Igbo. And when translated, it means that moral support you want to give, how much is it worth in money value? So we begin to look at the society. When the society has its benchmark as money, you know, money this, money that, if you are not a money bag, you are not part of the society. Yes, it contributes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ngwogu. Please, I would like Mrs. A.O. Ataga to also talk on the point where money is contributing to this menace of exam malpractice in Nigeria.
Yes, just like Mrs. Ngwogu said, because people feel that money is the be-all and end-all, some parents even go as far as buying question papers for their children just to make sure they excel. A situation where you go and you find that children go and compete for a quiz and then they begin to excel. Later, because there is a prize money attached, the school, having taken money from the parents, will now project the children of those rich parents and leave the ones that are already excelling just because they want the children of the big man to get the credit and also get the money. That is where that lack of competition, and then that kills the zeal and the morale of the students that are already doing well. A student goes to school and works hard, but you find a situation where those who have money, and that happens in our tertiary institutions, you find those who have money to pay for grades get A's and B's just because they want to get those grades, and the people at the other end, the lecturers, the teachers, want the money. Take the money from them, give them higher grades. So that kills the morale of the students who are already working hard. And if you have already imbibed in your child the culture of hard work, the culture of honesty, the culture of fairness, the culture of uprightness, it kills the zeal of that student. And so the student begins to feel, well, why shouldn't I get money to also buy my way through school? And that is what contributes to examination malpractice. In addition to that, you also find some godfathers even buying grades, the outcomes of exam. In our JAMB exam, we find a situation where some children even write exams just for the sake of formality, because the outcome of the exam has already been determined for them by their parents, by their godfathers, when they go and pay up front, and then they come out with high scores. That is another effect of money on examination malpractice.
Okay. Do you think on individual basis, people have issues over exam malpractice? On individual basis, people have problems. That people on individual basis don't like examination malpractice. Do you think people don't like it? You think they do it because the society is bad, or they like doing it?
A very low percentage of students who still have the moral discipline from their home do not like it. And of course, you see those category of students working hard. They want to make their grades, but at the same time, they are frustrated by the kind of grades they get, even after their hard work. You see a student who knows it, who teaches his fellow students, coming out with a C, and the one who has paid his way through, coming out with A or B. That affects them. And so those the percentage of those who still believe in working hard, in not cheating, in not being involved in exam malpractice, is usually very low compared to the percentage of those who are involved in it.